So, I don't know why. We've been talking about marriage off and on.
Yeah.
Look, marriage is not a new topic. People have been getting married for years.
Yes.
This is nothing new. I mean, is it true that as a little girl, Danielle, you dreamed of the day that you would actually put on your white veil and you have your dad march you down the aisle?
Of course. I think most little girls dream of their little princess wedding, at least when you're a little girl.
Right. But in that form, it's just uncomplicated, simple. It's a wedding, a fairy tale wedding, and you don't even know what your prince looks like. You just know you're getting married to some guy.
And you live happily ever after, just like Cinderella.
Exactly. Well, later on in life, when you finally meet the schlub you're going to marry, right?
Yes.
Then you meet the family, then you fight over, or sometimes you have problems trying to get the wedding agreed upon. Everyone has to agree. Whatever. It's a little more complicated than when you're a little girl fantasizing about it. But there are other. Ooh, who's that? Is that you, Froggy?
No. What? I didn't do anything.
You're chewing something. I hear.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Anyway.
No.
Where was I? God bless it.
It gets complicated.
It gets complicated. So you're dealing with like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, and the politics of getting married and your relationship.
Who's going to sit where at the wedding because grandma's not talking to Aunt
Exactly.
Lily?
So anyway, intern Marissa's here. Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning.
So your brother got a call the other day.
Yes, this was rather recent. So out of the blue, my older brother gets a call from his ex-girlfriend and actually didn't even have her number saved. So he gets a random phone number call and he picks it up and recognizes her voice. And so out of the blue, she calls him and she starts talking about career advice. And so this is really random for him. He doesn't know.
So your brother's ex-girlfriend called. How long ago was it when they dated?
Over 2 years now.
So it's been a long time since they broke up.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, she wanted career advice from your brother. Go ahead.
Exactly. So she asked for career advice and he's like, okay. So he goes into this conversation with her and then there's a pause. And then she called on a Thursday, by the way. And then she goes, oh, I don't know if you've heard, by the way, I'm getting married on Sunday. And that's how she transitioned into that topic. And he's like, oh, taken aback a little bit. He had heard she was getting married. And they started talking about that. And then basically the conversation transitioned into, give me a reason not to get married on Sunday.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was completely unsure of her feelings, basically called him, expressed how she felt about him still to this day. And my brother has moved on. He was extremely taken aback. He did not understand what was going on. He didn't know what to tell her either. What do you say to that?
Look, obviously she's not ready. Did she get married?
Yes.
Oh, she was not ready to get married.
Then we went on Facebook on Sunday, and the photos of her in the white dress were all over Facebook. And we're like, she went through with it.
So it's done.
Yeah.
Well, look, okay, there are several ways to look at this.
Yeah.
I must assume, because I've never been in that position, when you're about to march down the aisle with someone and get married to them, there can be some cases where you're like, this is so permanent. I mean, even though it's not.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a tattoo is actually more permanent than a wedding, a marriage, But I don't know. I can see the cold feet. I'm getting nervous. Oh, my God. Someone please give me an excuse to say no.
Yeah. Am I doing the right thing?
But she actually said she still had feelings for your brother?
Yes, pretty much. She ended the conversation with him. So my brother kind of steered her in the direction, because she told him, like, as of this moment on Thursday, I'm not sure if I'm going through with the wedding. And so my brother basically didn't know what to say to her and told her, like, turn to your family. Talk to your sisters, talk to your sisters, get some advice.
Yeah, get off the phone with me.
And so basically they end the conversation and she told him, like, I'll always love you, which like broke his heart because he didn't know what to tell her to that.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
See, something similar happened to me before I got married, but it was before I even met my husband.
Yeah.
I was dating a guy when he was in the military, and he kept coming back, and we kept breaking up, getting back together. He called me out of the blue one day, and he said the same thing. He said, hey, when I come back, are we going to get back together? And at that point, I had moved on, and I said, yeah, probably not. And then he said, okay, well, just so you know, I'm going to get married. And I have no idea what happened.
You see, that's kind of a dicky thing to do.
I know. I think so too. I felt bad for her because I didn't know who she was. He probably met her in, where he was stationed.
I know, but if you have committed to marriage to someone, don't turn back.
Right.
I mean, don't use someone else to turn back.
Yeah.
If you want to call off the wedding, that's your thing.
Right.
But that's your thing.
Right.
That has nothing to do with a third party.
Right.
Have you ever received a call like this? Like Marissa's brother. Have you ever made this call? Because I will tell you, I will defend you as well, because I think that you have this crazy, crazy emotional thing going on before you're getting married to someone.
Oh, totally.
Because it is a major event. And that means you're taking it seriously. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it does make you question things. And I get that. But when you call someone else, like I said, a third party, like your brother was involved, that's not fair for him.
No.
Don't dump all over him.
Yeah, and then when he told me this story, which is such a crazy story, like I thought this only happened in the movies, and then he told me this story.
Yeah.
He felt awkward, obviously, and then he was asking me for advice, and he was like, do I have a responsibility, like, to tell anyone else? Like, should I tell the fiance? And I was like, absolutely not. Do not reach out to the fiance. But
Yeah, don't get
at the same
involved.
time, I feel so bad that, like,
Right.
what should be the happiest day of her life? She's calling her ex right before.
Right.
And you kind of wish, like, you shouldn't get involved and you shouldn't call the fiance, but you feel bad for him because you're like, you'd want someone to tell you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's where he was coming
if
from.
someone called you and was questioning marrying me, please, I want to know. You know?
Well, yeah. Well, but don't do that to someone. That was unfair for your brother.
Yeah.
Don't call your ex and say, God, I'm about to get married. Oh, the families are all flying in from Oshkosh. And we're all going to get, and so it's really up to you to like help me make a decision. No, it's not up to me. You're being very unfair.
Yeah.
You're being a child. Grow up. Make some decisions. Get a backbone. You are in charge of your life.
Yeah.
Get behind the wheel and drive your car. It's like she's sitting in a car. It's driving itself.
I know, but I've heard so many of these stories. Like we there's a mutual friend that we all have that this happened to. That the ex-boyfriend called her and begged her to come back right before he was walking down the aisle, and she said no. And then I have another friend who, right before the whole family was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And their answer was, it's too late. And so they did it and got married.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
What's scary?
My thought is that if she was really in love with her fiance beyond a shadow of a doubt, she would not have ever picked up that phone and called Marissa's brother over here. There's no way. She would be so intoxicated in love that she would never be able
Intoxicated
Thank
in
you, Scary.
love.
It wouldn't cross her mind.
You know what? I'm intoxicated in love. I can't even dial a phone. I'm so intoxicated.
Drunk in love.
In love. I can't even text. I'm drunk texting because I'm intoxicated in love. Well, yeah. Look, I've never ever been engaged to someone, so I don't know what that does to your mind, and it makes these fearful thoughts emerge, and I get that.
Yeah.
But again, don't hang your crap on someone else. Hello, Angela. Thank you for texting in. What's going on? What's your thought here?
So the day before I was to get married, my ex-boyfriend from high school showed up at my door and said that he's been looking for me and wanted to marry me.
No. Okay, no.
Where was he looking?
Yeah. How many years after high school was this?
It was 5 years after high school.
Okay, so what did you do? How did you respond? How did you react to that?
I just told him, I'm sorry, I'm getting married tomorrow, and I haven't seen you for years. And he said, but I've always loved you, and I always call your parents and your brother looking for you, but they never give me your phone number.
Wow.
Gee, you wonder why.
Well, no, but you know what? I bet there are a quadrillion of these stories out there, Angela, where someone still has this thing for someone, but they never acted on it, and now they find out, oh my God, the person I should have gone for is now getting married. This is my last chance to show up on their doorstep and say, hey, no, it's not them, it's me you should be marrying. I'm sorry. Life just kind of passed you by there. This is a Julia Roberts movie.
It is.
He still calls me to this day and messages me on Facebook.
No, he's got to go away. Angela, this guy, he needs to go live his life. Don't you agree with that?
Yes, I agree, but he won't give up.
He's got to give up. He's got to give up. Otherwise, he's wasted his life on a relationship that's not going to happen. That's not fair for him. He deserves happiness.
Yes, and I've told him that, and unfortunately, he's got himself into drugs and drinking. So it's a sad situation.
That's another story.
Well, I have found that drugs and drinking has helped me along the way, but maybe not always the best prescription for what ails you. All right, Angela, thank you, and best of luck with your life. I hope he doesn't get in the way. Thank you. Nicole is going through something kind of like this right now. What are you going through, Nicole?
Good morning, guys.
Well, good
How
morning.
are
It's a
you?
pleasure to have you here. We appreciate you calling. So what's going on?
Huge fan.
Well, thank you.
All right, so I am marrying the most amazing, amazing man in October. But recently, after we got engaged, my ex, I haven't talked to for over 2 years, has now been emailing me, contacting me, trying to put his everything on the line for me not to get married. And for one, why do men do this? I don't understand. And for two, my feelings are, you lost your chance. Like, why are you contacting me now? It's been 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it does work out. Timing is weird sometimes, but the fact is it's not going to happen.
Right.
And
No. And I just want to say one thing. As women, I have not imagined my wedding since I was a little girl. I did not want a big wedding. I'm not the one for the fancy white dress, anything like that. So that is a nerve-wracking experience. Weddings are scary. This is a scary thing. But I don't understand why, after 2 years you're coming out of the woodwork and telling me how you feel about me. Makes no sense.
the fact is that he did.
Yeah.
But that's, it's not going to work out. You know what? You're in two different lanes on the highway, and your car's going faster than his, and you're going to exit, and he's going to stay on. It's just, that's the way life is.
Right.
The faster he buys into that, the faster he can get on with his life. What's that?
What Scary said is totally true. If you truly do love somebody, I do believe that. Like, I did not even think twice about it. Like, I was like, no, I'm marrying the most amazing man. Why would I jeopardize what I have to go back with you? So,
exactly. It's not even up for debate. Right. I get it. All right. Look, Nicole, we appreciate you listening, and thanks, and have a beautiful life. Okay.
You too. Thank you, guys. Have a good morning.
You too. Thanks.
Too.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Well, so Marissa.
Yes.
So how did it end up with your brother? And so she ended up getting married. So do you think that's the end of it? She's not going to.
Yeah, so he called on a Thursday. I'm getting married on Sunday. And then ended the conversation with, I'll always love you. And like she told him at that moment, I'm not sure if I'm going through with it. And then we didn't hear anything from her. And then literally I'm like sitting in my room. I hear my mom call, Marissa, get down here. We go on Facebook and we see all photos of her at the wedding.
Wow.
Good.
So she did it.
So that's how we
All
knew she went through
Well,
with
now
it.
that's up to her. Now she could either try to make that marriage work,
Yeah.
or that's her. But she shouldn't be bringing your brother in. That's not
You
fair.
do realize that everyone who got married then last Sunday is now looking at their pictures going, was it my bride that called the ex-boyfriend?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it was cold feet because obviously getting married dredges up a lot of emotions and stuff. But
absolutely, I get that. All right, Marissa, thank you for coming.
Thank you
in.
so much, guys.
I appreciate it.
Wow.
Brooke is calling us. Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
Hey, pleasure to talk to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So your ex broke up with you 2 years ago, then just randomly called you before your birthday to get back with you.
Yep.
But you found out he got married 2 days later.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
he got married the day before my birthday.
I'm wondering, if you're engaged to be married and you're just a few hours away from getting married and all of these frightening thoughts are like rolling around in your head.
Right.
You're like, I don't know. I can't handle this. I'm going to call my ex. Maybe my ex will talk me out of it.
You never...
I mean,
It's like maybe because especially if you've been with someone that long and maybe you were with the ex a long time, maybe there's just a comfort level there for people where they feel like, they'll shed some light on this for me.
It's true. And I think this goes back to what Scary said earlier, Brooke. It's like, don't even consider marriage unless you know it is without a doubt 100% something you should do.
Right.
It's because you should never take it lightly. Oh, let's just get married. La 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 la. No, don't do that. Brooke, thank you for calling. And how'd that end up? What'd you tell him?
I was just like, I thought you were engaged to this girl that your ex-best friend was dating. So, like, I don't know why you're calling me. Like, we were engaged. I sold the ring and everything. And then 2 days later, his dad posted pictures of him getting married. And I was like, oh, okay.
Once again, using someone else because you're frightened. Yeah. No, you be frightened. It's cool to be frightened, but don't, like, screw with someone else's life. All right.
Crazy.
Thank you so much for calling. I have one more story. This is kind of interesting. This is Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Oh, my God.
Yeah, your name is Debbie, by the way.
Hi, Elvis.
Hi, Debbie.
Story.
So anyway, so what happened to you?
So back when I was in college, my ex-boyfriend played Peter Gabriel outside my apartment, like in Say Anything. when I started dating my now husband.
Right. He was playing music.
Wow.
He was playing In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. It used to be like one of my favorite movies, and he knew that.
So
he was trying to get you to not get married.
Well, we weren't engaged at the time. We had just started dating.
Oh,
and
so he didn't even want you to
trying get me
date this
change my
guy.
mind.
He wanted you to
No,
leave
he
this
wanted
guy
to.
for him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
This is from the movie Say Anything, right? Where John Cusack holds up the boombox and tries to woo her
Yeah.
from
Oh my God! It's a
outside
movie.
his window.
It's a movie with a boombox.
Yeah, 1989. Great movie.
Good
Please
God.
tell me he's holding it on his shoulder.
No, he holds it up above his head, and he's wearing a trench coat. Famous
And
movie scene.
this was his way of getting someone not to marry someone else.
To win over a girlfriend. So this guy did this to her to win her back, is what I'm hearing on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for him?
Well, I ended up marrying the guy I was dating instead
Yeah.
of going back to him.
good for
So
you.
not so well.
Oh, well.
You know what? I just think it's. Look, I bet there are stories where people will come out of the woodwork and go, "Please don't marry him tomorrow."
Oh, I bet.
And she actually says, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just marry you."
But that happens in the movies. Don't
It
you
happens in the movies,
realize?
and I'm sure it's. Look, there are a billion people crawling across the earth, or how many billion, whatever. I know it's happened in real life, but I'm sure the other way happens more. It's a movie.
It always happily ever after.
It's a
In
movie.
the Jennifer Lopez movies.
All right, Debbie, thank you for calling. I'm glad you made the right decision.
Thanks, Elvis.
Thank you. So yeah, look, I know she's getting married to him in an hour, but I'm gonna show. I have an idea. I'm gonna show up at the church. Okay, I think this could work. Okay,
If he sees me,
if he sees me,
come on.
she'll drop the bouquet
Yeah.
and she'll tell
rekindle
her
some
dad,
old
"Hey,
feelings."
Dad, back off. I'm going out. You guys just go in and they'll announce to the church,
Yeah.
"Hey, everyone, we're calling off the wedding. She's really in love with that guy out there."
Yeah.
I'm sure that would happen
And
for
then
you.
and then the person I'm marrying is going to tell me, "You know what? Go find your heart. Go after your heart."
Yeah, you know what?
No hard feelings.
Honey, let's not get married. I love you now more than ever that you're dropping me at our wedding to go find your true love. Hey, Danielle, if David Beckham had showed up at your wedding with Sheldon,
No.
that would have been a
It
confusing
would-
night.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. You say that now, but you would have been like, well, wait a second.
Oh, no,
I would not.
Oh, no, I'm talking Sheldon would have gone with David Beckham.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're going to take a break. It's crazy. This is why when people say, "Hey, when are you getting married?" I'm taking this extremely seriously.
I can't wait to see how many people objected your wedding.
What the hell does that mean?
I object. Don't
Well,
do it.
the question will not be asked. Does anyone here object? No, no one knows. Well, who would object at my wedding?
Maybe someone's still in love with you or still in love with him. Who
No,
knows?
please.
Scary's wedding. Lots of baby mamas come forward.
Oh,
Whose
Wow.
wedding would be the most drama?
no drama. No drama at any wedding.